We are back live at the Fairmont Royal York Hotel. Getting ready for a heavyweight scrap. Raphael Butler making his way to the ring from Rochester, Minnesota. Guy who packs a heavy wallop, Mr. Russ Amber.
Certainly does. 28 knockouts. What a record this guy's got. 8 losses. That's the key. And that's the one where it tells the story on Butler. Like I said in the opening, runs hot and cold. So, we just have to see which Butler is going to be showing up.
Will this Butler be able to do it against the champ? His name is Neven Pajkic. Oh, Kilsa's hurt. Kilsa's really hurt here. Pajkic manhandling Greg Kilsa. Goes by the alias of No Surrender.
Oh, that's a knockdown. That's a knockdown. He was hurt.
6 months ago, Neven Pajkic shocked Greg Kilsa to win the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. 3 months ago, at the same Casino Rama, he defended that title. 13-0. Coming straight out of a Raging Bull movie, I think, is Neven Pajkic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Canadian Heavyweight Champion, Neven No Surrender Pajkic. Pajkic.
33-year-old Neven Pajkic against 26-year-old Raphael Butler. Pajkic, hailing from Bosnia-Herzegovina, now a Canadian citizen and the Canadian heavyweight champion.
And Rod, this fight tonight is going to be by the Ontario Boxing Commission rule. 10-point must system, of course, is enforced. There'll be no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. There is the mandatory 8, of course, and an accidental foul, you go to 4 after 4 complete rounds.
To his dearly departed father, Nick Smikolas, who found his first job at the Royal York Hotel. Welcome to WCP1, an evening of professional boxing, brought to you by Wild Wing and Donar Infinity of Newmarket, and presented by Wild Card Promotion. Seen coast to coast, live in Canada on TSN2. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled 10 rounds of heavyweights and is sanctioned by the Ontario Athletics Commission under the supervision of Commissioner Ken Hayashi. Officials for the fight. The judges are Alan Davis, Harry Davis, and Kelly Zolnichuk. The referee is Dave Dunbar. It's time to go ahead and get wild! In the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with silver trim, weighing in this morning at 277 and 1/2 pounds, with a record of 35 wins, 28 by the way of knockout, and 8 losses, from Rochester, Minnesota, Raphael, the Silencer, Butler. And in the red corner, wearing the black trunks, weighing in this morning at 233 and 1/2 pounds, with a record of 13 wins, 5 by way of knockout, and no losses, from Toronto, Ontario, the Canadian Heavyweight Champion, Neven No Surrender Pajkic.
Well, what a night, what a treat for these folks. Dinner, nice night on the town, and a heavyweight scrap. Referee is Dave Dunbar.
Any questions? Next comes now, gentlemen. Come on at the bell.
And I would say that the game face is on both of these fighters.
You think?
Oh, my.
You think?
Look at this. These are two big boys here. Pajkic and Butler.
When you got a guy like Butler who's had 43 professional fights, those kind of things seem to go by the wayside. You know, he knows that that's just intimidation stuff and doesn't mean anything till the bell rings.
Scheduled 10-rounder. Neven Pajkic. Raphael Butler. Pajkic has only began fighting over the last 6 years of all things. A lot of jobs in and around Toronto, getting very active early on here against Butler.
And Pajkic did exactly what I said in the outset in our opening. He has to take Butler out of this fight early and not let him get any confidence.
Oh, Pajkic just got rocked by Butler. Just got rocked.
That should have been a knockdown. That should have been scored a knockdown.
And Pajkic is hurt here. And Butler going to work, lefts and rights. And again, this is not a championship fight, but it is an important fight for Neven Pajkic. Oh, he got hit again.
No,
and now
Butler got hit.
Now Butler gets hit. Pajkic coming back.
Both these guys trying to establish dominance early in this opening round.
Butler with those gloves down right now, trying to size up Pajkic. Pajkic coming forward now, a couple of lefts and rights.
Trying that uppercut. Butler tried that uppercut again on the inside.
Punch and move.
Straight left again, followed by a right by Pajkic now on the ropes.
Don't hold. Get free hands, though.
Final minute, which has been a pretty active first round for both fighters.
Hands up.
Uppercut now from Butler. Laying on those ropes.
Move your legs, Neven.
They landed solid on the inside from Butler. Good uppercut again underneath.
Stand there.
Just missed the chin, but landed in the chest of Pajkic. Oh, again, but Butler went for the home run on that one.
Well, Neven Pajkic knew this was not going to be an easy test here. This wasn't going to be a Neven Pajkic party. Raphael Butler has come to knock out the Canadian champion. And here we go again. If this is any indication of what is to come, hang on to your seats. Let's go into Neven Pajkic's corner. His trainer, Peter Wiley.
Right there. Just keep the take up. You left it a little bit to your right. Remember what I told you. You must right in front of him all the time. You want that little hop. I want you to get into the box. Well,
as Neven Pajkic listens in, how can we not think about a great Canadian champion? The guy who went the distance twice with Muhammad Ali, never knocked down. Through 93 pro fights, the legend himself, always still standing. George Chuvalo, who is with us tonight and will join us on the microphone. So good to see you, champ.
Yeah, thank you, Rod. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Russ.
Oh, it's great to have you here, champ.
Thank you.
What did you think of that first round?
Well, it was a pretty spirited first round. They both came in and they're trying to take each other out, and I think Neven's a little more, was slightly more aggressive, but he got countered quite a few times during that first round. Very tough round. I think Butler had a slight edge in that round, but Neven has to move his head as he comes in. That's the one problem I see with him. He's walking in a straight line. Now he's moving his head a little bit more. That's the way he's got to do it, and walk in and punch and close the gap and stay there. That has to be a continuum of pressure on his part, where he has to stay there, not back up, and risk getting hurt or getting hit as he's coming in.
Butler looked a little miffed there. Pajkic was using the body and then going to the jaw as well.
Butler was complaining about a headbutt. It looked like Pajkic kind of headbutted him on the inside, on the side. There's that right uppercut again from Butler that hurt Pajkic in the first round.
Neven Pajkic, who won the championship with Canada back in March, and then defended it against the guy who took it from, Greg Kilsa.
Well, he's been hit harder more often in a round and a half here than in the 2 fights with Greg Kilsa.
Perhaps even his entire short career already. Just 13 fights. Nothing against any of the fighters he has fought, but guess what? He is with a big league customer here tonight, George.
Well, the other guy has got a sharp right hand, and that's what Neven's got to watch out for. He's got a nice sharp uppercut, nice sharp short right hand, and he has to watch when he's coming in, because that's when he gets nailed. And he's a little leery of it, but there it goes again with that little quick right hand. The kid is very quick that way. He's not. He doesn't throw a lot of punches, but he's a pinpoint puncher, and that's what Neven has to be very careful about. And has to come in and stay on the inside, and, like in my opinion, force the big guy against the ropes as much as he can.
Some blood coming from Pajkic's nose now.
A lot of blood coming
a lot
from
of blood.
Pajkic's nose. That uppercut landed hard on the inside twice.
You can see the blood now in his face coming from his nose. And Dave Dunbar, the referee, and Butler smells that blood. Pajkic with a smile on his face now, and right in front of us here. And the blood just pouring out of the nose now of Neven Pajkic. Final few seconds. The corner will have to go to work. Peter Wiley's already up with that chair. And Neven Pajkic bleeding profusely.
The nose is broken now.
And a big uppercut, and the blood pours here.
It's a difficult situation for Neven to be in.
Every boxer goes through this, champ. I'm sure you have as well. It appears that he certainly got the nose broken here. I mean, there's a lot of blood coming from here.
Well, he's in a tough situation. Obviously, he's breathing probably through his mouth, and that's not a very wise thing to do, because when you don't breathe through your mouth and you open your mouth, easy to get hit and knocked on your can, because your jaw should be clenched when you fight as much as you can, and try to breathe through your nose as much as you can.
Here's how Russ Amber scores it so far. Raphael Butler, the invader, if you will, coming from the United States, from Rochester, Minnesota. And before this third round begins, they're going to do a little tape job here. Russ, Neven Pajkic has not been down this road in his career yet.
Oh, no, this is without a doubt. Not only did we say he was stepping up in opposition, but he's stepping up against a quality fighter who has a lot of experience and is very poised in there. So this is a very dangerous fight for Neven Pajkic.
Here we go now, round 3. Raphael Butler taking a look right down that right hand, the nose of Neven Pajkic.
Oh, and there's that uppercut.
Hands are down, Pajkic tries a straight hand. One thing you have seen from Neven Pajkic, though, is he's a warrior.
And the nose is starting to bleed again.
It is bleeding heavily again.
every time Pajkic attacks or tries to mount any sort of attack, look how calm and cool Butler is, and he just waits for the good clean shot, lands a good stiff jab, and then when Pajkic attacks with his head down, he comes forward with his head down, and he's just so susceptible to that right uppercut.
Raphael Butler now with a
There it is
sneer
again.
and a smile on his face. Looking to tee off, it appears here.
Pajkic reticent to attack or mount any sort of attack, because when he does, that uppercut counter is just waiting there. And the stance of Butler, the way he's turned to the side a little bit, it just makes it so easy to throw that shot.
Again, Butler, 28 knockouts through 43 fights.
If there was any doubt as to whether Neven Pajkic could take a shot, I think that's been dispelled in this fight so far, because he's taken a few good bombs in this one.
He's taken a few good uppercuts, a few good straight right hands. He has to put a little more pressure on this guy. If he doesn't exert constant pressure, he's not going to win this fight. He has to change his tactics and get inside and stay there. It's a pretty simple formula, but when you're wanting to go in and throw a punch and then back up, you're doing yourself wrong, because you're supposed to stay there and get the other guy against the ropes and try to immobilize him that way.
But
he's not doing that.
Do you think, though, he'd be better served to have his hands tucked up in a more protective shell, in a more peekaboo style? Because if he does try to put pressure with his hands wide open the way he is and keep eating that uppercut underneath, as much pressure as he wants to put, he's going to keep eating that right uppercut.
He's getting hit when he comes in, but not moving his head enough.
Right.
And he should be jabbing a little bit more, too, as he's coming in. But he's waiting to punch from a distance, and the other guy's timing him quite well. And he's met him with a few good uppercuts, obviously, because you can see what happened to his nose, and he's in trouble.
In trouble and in a position he's never been in before, obviously, in what has been a short career. Neven Pajkic, final moments of round 3, all Raphael Butler so far here at the Fairmont Royal York.
He's got to do what he just did now.
Scotiabank Labor Day weekend continues. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Heavyweight tilt Sunday, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. And back at the Fairmont Royal York in downtown Toronto. Ringside with Russ Anber and George Chavallo. Rod Black with you. And right now, Neven Pajkic in the fight so far of his young boxing life. And the doctor is going to take a look here at Neven Pajkic. Again, it appeared early on that he took a couple of heavy shots to the nose. And again, they will make an assessment. It's all right. Does Neven Pajkic remind you of a guy from your era?
I'm sorry?
Does Neven Pajkic remind you of a kind of fighter who used to fight in your era?
It's hard to say. His style's a little different from mine, certainly. A few other guys I know, Earl Walls, James J. Parker, Robert Cleroux, Yvonne Durrell. He's more like Yvonne Durrell. If I had to say anybody, more or less like Durrell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's good, Jordy.
Yeah. Somebody. And I think he has to throw bunches of punches here. If he's going to survive in this fight and win, he has to throw a lot of leather. And that was a nice right hand.
Another right and left from Butler now.
Get back. Butler, I'm sorry, George. Butler, who in the first 3 rounds was almost exclusively using the right uppercut, has now resorted to going to the left one as well. He's throwing the jab and then he's throwing the left hand underneath also, which is going to make things even more difficult for Neven.
The thing about Raphael Butler, guys, is that he seems so fresh still.
He's very relaxed. He's a well-seasoned pro, and Neven is just a bambino as far as experience is concerned.
Absolutely.
So it takes a few fights. It takes a little seasoning. and this is part of the seasoning process. Hopefully, for him, he'll put on a little more pressure and fare a little better in the next few rounds, and hopefully for himself win the fight. Hopefully.
You know, Neven has a ton of heart, and it's not from a lack of will in trying to do what he wants to do, but Butler is just so experienced, so cool, so calm in there. He's seen it all, you know. He doesn't panic. He just bends away from the shots, and the shots that Butler seem to land with such authority. There's the right uppercut again.
Butler trying to tee off, and you mentioned it, the heart of Neven Pajkic. We saw it in the fights with Kielce. Butler says, bring it. There's the uppercut, another right. Pajkic getting stung here a few times.
Oh, good stiff jab from Butler. And like George said, Rod, that with the blood continuously coming from the nose of Pajkic, it just makes it so difficult for him to breathe. He's being being forced to keep his mouth open, and if you keep your mouth open and get hit with shots like that, that spells disaster.
You don't clench your jaw, you're in trouble. If you have to breathe through your mouth and keep your mouth open, you don't take the punch the same way. You're knocked out easier.
Again, Neven Pajkic in the final few seconds here has not mounted much of an attack against Raphael Butler. Well, the Butler has done it in many ways so far here tonight. Boom, boom. Raphael Butler ahead in every round so far, Russ.
Has landed that devastating uppercut underneath. Hands up.
So far through 4 rounds into round number 5. And Neven Pajkic has not mustered much offense.
And it's not from lack of trying. He certainly has tried to muster the offense. He's tried to come forward. He's the guy pressing the action. But Butler, like I said, is just so smooth, so calm, so relaxed. And he's lightning quick for such a big guy at 277 pounds that he's unleashing that shot underneath every time Pajkic tries to do something offensive.
That's what Neven's got to do. Punches are punches. That's it.
Pajkic now coming alive here in round 5. Big right and a left, and Butler just got stung, and now Pajkic with his head.
That was an intentional headbutt right there.
And this is even surprising Raphael Butler, who looked like he had complete command of this fight, and got stung again. Neven Pajkic. We talked about the heart, George Chavallo.
He's got it. In spades. That's it.
Who would have thought this would turn this way in this round?
He's mixing his punches up a little better, throwing a few more body punches up to the head, down to the body, and then applying a little more pressure. That's what he's got to do.
But you see the difference here is the composure. Even though Butler's been hit with 2 good hard shots in this round, he stayed nice and calm, continuing, stayed nice and relaxed, looking to land his own good shots. He's not panicking or starting to get into a slugfest with Pajkic. He's waiting to pick his shots.
He's still going to lose the round, I believe.
Pajkic again, mounting some attack now. Inside, Butler takes one on the chin. Squinting now and comes back with another strong right hand. fight that was completely dominated by Raphael Butler through 4 rounds. Neven Pajkic has a little momentum now.
The flow of blood seems to have stemmed from the nose of Pajkic. Well, George, you're going to be right about Butler losing the round.
I believe so.
Oh, Butler got hit again, hard. The final seconds of Neven Pajkic's first round of the night. I don't know if you're inspiring Neven Pajkic tonight, champ, but boy, that was a Chevalo-like comeback in that round.
Wally came back very strong in that round, and that's what they have to do every round. Stay on top of the other guy and throw bunches of punches. When he rips him to the body, head up and down, it works for him.
There was that big right hand over the top. He couldn't afford another round to lose. He couldn't afford 5 rounds in a row.
No, for sure. He's got to take this round too, obviously.
Again, scheduled 10-rounder. Neven Pajkic. In many ways, just a baby in the heavyweight scene. Even though he's 33 years old, he's only been fighting for a couple of years. Just learning the game. And on the path has won a Canadian heavyweight championship.
I don't think Butler expected this kind of staying power from Pajkic. I think he thought with the shots he was hitting Pajkic with early, he was going to get him out of there. There's no way Butler expected Pajkic to come back with that kind of a round.
And maybe he should have seen the tape from the last 2 fights for Neven Pajkic against Greg Kilsa, because this is very reminiscent of the way Pajkic fought. He never backed down.
Yeah, but he never took the kind of abuse against Kilsa that he's taken here, or that he took here in the first 4 rounds.
His kill so he can still stay good looking.
Yeah.
Straight left that time from Butler. Rocks Pajkic.
That has to be the key for Butler. He got away from using that jab, which was so effective for him early in the fight. He has to get back to using that and keeping that ramrod left hand out there. Good stiff jab.
Another good jab. Very good. He's got to do that. Keep the other guy at bay.
Yes, he does.
Raphael Butler, 26-year-old from the United States, Rochester, Minnesota, knowing that he came up here tonight. Test fight against Neven Pajkic, whose goal is to fight in Belgrade in October. Needs a win tonight.
I'll tell you what, even if he gets the win tonight, he's going to have a long time recovering from this war.
Butler just took another left. And here they slug again. Final 30 seconds. Another active round.
I like what I see in it. I think Pajkic is using some strength and trying to muscle this guy and give him self-confidence when he does that. I think if he comes back like he's doing right now, he's got a shot to do this, win this fight.
Absolutely.
He wins this round, and then I can see the fight turning in his favor.
Butler knows. It looked like he had Neven Pajkic a few rounds ago.
I don't think Butler's in that good a shape either. I think Pajkic's even stronger, in a better shape, and he's got a shot to win this fight. I think he won that round. I think the fight is kind of narrowing. Maybe 4-2 right now. Is that what it is? 6 rounds gone by?
This is 6 rounds.
4-2.
Comeback continues for Neven Pajkic. Doubleheader Monday on Labor Day, Scotiabank Labor Day weekend in the CFL. The Argonauts down the road in Hamilton against the Ticats and the Eskimos and Stampeders in the Battle of Alberta. Tonight it's the Battle Royale at the Fairmont Royal York here in Toronto. A couple of heavies. Some spirited exchanges over the last couple of rounds. Neven Pajkic really started to rally in another thunderous right hand. Oh, and a big left from Raphael Butler.
2 good rounds back-to-back for Neven Pajkic. And Butler's got to get him out of this if he keeps letting the momentum build for Neven Pajkic. Like George said, Pajkic could turn this fight around.
Right hand, now a flurry.
The blood flowing again after that right uppercut landed from Butler.
Well, 7 of 10. And again, Butler complaining of that shot to the back of the neck. Butler's taken a few shots here, George, in the last couple of rounds, but still looks pretty poised and very confident.
Well, he's a very confident fighter. He's a very relaxed fighter. But I think if Neven continues to put on pressure, maybe steps up a notch, he's going to tire this guy out. I don't think the guy's in the greatest shape. And I think if Neven applies the right pressure, this guy will tire. And I think he's already halfway there.
And Butler's only throwing 1 shot at a time now. He throws the 1 jab. Pajkic is putting together 2 and 3 and 4 punch combinations.
Pajkic, who has put on a lot of muscle, you can see the conditioning has really paid off for Neven Pajkic, especially in this war tonight. More blood coming from his nose.
Good jab from Pajkic as well, and a good hook. And good combination shots from Neven Pajkic, and only 1 shot at a time from Butler.
Big left
Winning this
again.
round, and after this round, if he wins it, it's a 4-3.
That's right.
For Butler, and the other guy's closing the gap.
Final seconds now. Neven Pajkic continues his battle back in this fight. Another round to the Canadian champion. Neven Pajkic got everything he could and took it from Raphael Butler early in this fight. Can you believe the way he has battled back, champ?
Well, he's battled back basically on desire. He's starting to throw bunches of punches. He's mixing his attack up a little better, throwing to the body and up to the head. He shoots down to the body, coming up to the head. And from the last 3 rounds, he's really out-hustled Raphael Butler.
Russ Amber, you've given Neven Pajkic the last 3 rounds.
Yes, I certainly have, and exactly like George said, he's out-hustled him. That's exactly what he's done. Butler, who was throwing combinations early in the early part of the fight, was working off that jab, landing the uppercut, even coming over the top with the right hand. He was varying his attack. Over the last 3, he's limited himself to throwing 1 punch at a time, and Pajkic is throwing 3 and 4 at a time.
You wonder what's going through Raphael Butler's kitchen right now, too, knowing that early on, it looked like he really had complete control, and Neven Pajkic might not have been able to continue with all the blood flowing.
Well, the corners stopped the flow of blood, and which is a credit to them. And Neven is putting on pressure, and he's not waiting and getting hit. He's coming forward. He's punching the body as he just did now, and usually follows up with something to the head. But anyway, he's just fighting a more active fight.
And Butler's not punching.
They show him one at a time, and still kind of, well, there we go. Now he's changing tactics too. So different things are happening in the course of this fight. But generally, Pajkic has been a lot busier in the last 3 rounds.
Yes, he
and
has.
it bodes well for him in this fight if he can keep that pressure on.
Pajkic has gone the distance his last 2 fights, both unanimous decisions. One winning the championship up in Rama, Ontario against Greg Kilsaw, and then defending it. So stamina not an issue through 10 rounds for Neven Pajkic. Oh, and he rocked him with another right hand, but Butler.
But again, only one, right, George? Like, it's just one. He throws the one shot. Butler is certainly not putting together what he was putting together in the first 4 rounds. And credit to Neven for preventing him from doing it. He's setting a pace that Butler doesn't like right now.
He's crowding.
Yeah.
Butler likes a little bit of room. He likes a little bit of room. He can catch you coming in, but if you're not moving your head, he'll catch you. But basically, he doesn't want to step up the pace. Doesn't want Neven to step up the pace.
No.
He likes to keep it like this, the long range, and kind of both fading, looking at each other, trying to counter each other to a degree. But basically, he doesn't want to fight at his own pace. But Neven has to take him out of that and hustle and make him fight at a quicker pace. That's it. Neven wants to win. That's what he's got to do. The other guy wants to slow it down, and Neven's got to hustle it up.
Blood flowing again. He got hit with the shot again, the right uppercut. Every time he gets hit with a shot on the nose, the flow of blood starts again.
Not as active a round for Neven Pajkic this time, nor for Raphael Butler. We head into the final moments of this 10-rounder in what is suddenly becoming a closer fight. Boy, they are working hard again on Neven Pajkic and stopping the flow of blood. They've done a tremendous job here tonight doing that. Early on, it looked like Niagara Falls in this ring. Raphael Butler.
Make him work.
Complete domination early on. You gave Butler the last round as we head to round 9, Russ.
I did. I just thought that both of them, although not very active, I thought that Butler might have landed the cleaner, harder shots in that round.
Pajkic has to win these last 2 rounds handily in order to win the fight. Otherwise, he doesn't have a chance.
And you have to wonder if Butler, with the experience that he has, didn't just take his foot off the accelerator a little bit and try to close the show in the last 2 rounds.
Pajkic.
Or maybe Pajkic is doing the same thing.
Maybe. One thing we have learned following the journey of Neven Pajkic, predictably unpredictable.
And you know what?
Expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
And his nickname is quite appropriate, No Surrender, and he never gives up, this kid.
Yeah, that has been an understatement here tonight. What a testament to his heart. Battling back from a real punishment that he took in the first 4 rounds, and still coming back strong. Butler has lost 8 times in his career, and Pajkic just gets jolted into the corner.
With
Still
a hard
standing.
right hand. That was the first time we saw Butler throw that kind of an attack with a left hook and a long right hand. Good jab again from Butler as Pajkic tried to get back on the inside. Good job, yeah.
Final minute, round 9. Raphael Butler hanging on now to Pajkic. Both fighters in a clinch here. Pajkic has been able to hurt Butler here a couple of times tonight. Does he have anything left? Can he hurt him again?
Oh, good right hand. Pajkic tries the same thing.
Oh, and Butler kind of mocking Pajkic now. Final 10 seconds, the whistle will blow. We're going to head to the 10th round. And Butler is hurt. Pajkic is hurt.
Pajkic is hurt.
Look at this. What a fight as we head to the 10th round, and we'll stay here. How good is this scrap?
He hustled that round.
Watch this flurry here from Pajkic. Right hand over the top, right to the body, kept throwing shots. The jab right over the top. He never stopped punching during that exchange. And then there, the right hand, that one hurt him. And watch him get hit with a shot there. He gets hit with the left hook right there, and he gets hurt.
What do you expect here in this 10th round?
The unexpected.
Neven wins this round, he's got a shot to win the fight. If he doesn't win this round, he's not going to win the fight. He has to win this round and win it big time.
And he has done that again, not against someone the caliber of a Raphael Butler, but he has shown a great ability to close to finish. Great sportsmanship and class from both fighters here as we head to the final round. And they just could launch at each other here, the way it's been going the last few rounds. Not exactly conservative fighters, both of them.
Pajkic doing what George said. He's out hustling him. He just keeps it, and Butler looks to land the cleaner, harder shot. Butler maybe needs to be a little busier. There's a good right hand left hook combination from Butler. Pajkic seems to be able to handle the one-at-a-time shots from Butler. He has a little more difficulty when Butler starts putting punches together.
I'm sure Peter Wiley told him, as you have been mentioning, this is his round. Pajkic has to win this round, and he has to get busy here in the final 2 minutes of round 10.
There's no question about that.
And Butler, for his experience, has to know that when you're in somebody else's hometown, you've got to do a little bit more than usual to get the decision.
Another left and a right. A couple of combinations from Pajkic. They're going to continue to stand and throw him.
Good hook from Pajkic.
Last minute, last round. Couple of gladiators in here tonight. Pajkic takes another solid left. Butler.
So did Butler. If Pajkic keeps going like this in the last 30 seconds, he's won this round as well.
Here are the final 30 now. Do they have anything left? Raphael Butler, the invader. Neven Pajkic, Canada's champion. Showing the heart of a champion here tonight.
What a fight! What a fight!
They're standing here, the Fairmont Royal York. What a scrap! The decision is next. Hey, Buck. Peter, am I just doing Pajkic or am I doing Butler? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I will just grab. I'll go to Neven. Okay. Russ, man, you good?
What a fight this was, George. These two guys from the opening bell, they took their best shots at each other. Look at this round one action. There was the uppercut that hurt Neven Pajkic. And I think Butler might have thought he was going to have an easy night after that as they went at it toe-to-toe in the opening first 4 rounds, which we gave to Butler. But Pajkic, with the heart and will of a champion, fought his way back through the middle rounds, taking 5, 6, and 7 on our card anyways. And to get himself back into the fight. Again, there was the flurry of punches from Neven Pajkic as he kept backing up. Butler, good right hands there over the top as well as Pajkic kept working his way back into the fight. Round 9 here. Again, he needed, like you said, to close strong in the last 2 rounds of the fight, and he certainly did. There's the right hand over the top, and that one hurt Butler as well. Good right hand from Neven Pajkic as they exchanged, and he hurt Pajkic in return. Round 10, of course, was a brilliant performance from Pajkic, and what a fight. Let's see how the judges have it. What a great fight. We're going to go up to ring announcer now, and Danny B.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Judge Alan Davis. Scores it 97-93. Judge Harry Davis scores it 99-91. Judge Kelly Zolnichek scores it 97-93. We have a unanimous decision for still undefeated Neven No Surrender Pajkic.
Well, George, what do you think? I'm as speechless as you are.
Well, it was a very close fight, very hardly contested. The judge saw it in Neven's favor, Neven Pajkic's favor, by a good margin, a little more than what we had. We thought it was pretty close, and anyway, regardless, Neven Pajkic fought an admirable fight. In our book, he was losing the first 4 rounds, but he came back and he finally won it, and that's a testament to his grit and a testament to his determination.
Let's see what Rod has to say. He's with the champ, Neven Pajkic.
All right, thank you very much. Champ, you showed the heart of a champion tonight. Tell us what went through your mind and through your heart in those first 4 rounds when the blood was coming from that nose.
Well, the man can crack. I'll tell you that. No, I knew my nose was a little bit busted. He caught me with a nice uppercut, but that didn't bother me at all. My cornermen, they fixed it well. And, there was no doubt in my mind I'm going to beat him. It was a little bit hard to breathe for me. That's why I had to pace myself a bit. But you know what? At the end of the day, still the champ, still undefeated. I want to say hi to all my fans, my manager, Ricky, who put all this together, this amazing venue. And, for those who didn't believe in me, MUK, it's an inside joke. My friends know what it means, so yeah.
You have had such an interesting journey for such a guy who has been in the boxing game for such a short time. What did you learn about yourself and about the fight game tonight?
Well, I've actually never faced such a strong puncher as Butler. I'll tell you that. I've learned that I can take a huge.
You can take a few punches.
Yeah, I can take a couple punches and give more back. But boxing game, man, heavyweights, they all hit hard, and it's a dangerous game. And what can I say, man? It's good to be here.
You have shown what you're made of. Neven Pajkic, Canada's still undefeated champion, here tonight. A wild night at the Fairmont Royal York.